Yeah, coming at y'all with another video. And this video is going to be focusing on the chariots of the Most High, the so-called UFOs, which we know is the IFOs, the identified flying objects. We're going to go into some scriptures to basically show you the presence of the Most High's vehicles. This is the book of Zechariah 5:1, and it reads, "Then I turned and lift up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answer, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. So it was around the size of a bus, these flying objects that was in the sky, which the world called them UFOs. So this is Revelation 11 and 12. Salakia. Revelation 11 and 12. And it reads, And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. And their enemies beheld them. So these are the chariots, you know what I'm saying? They can shoot lasers. They can beam you up as Star Trek. You know, you can be beamed up like Scotty. These are what these chariots operate to do, you know. And they was invented by the Most High. The third scripture is Zechariah 6:1, and it reads, And I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the 2 mountains were mountains of brass. 2. And the first chariot were red horses, and in the second chariot black horses, and in the third chariot white horses, and in the fourth chariot grizzled and bay horses, if I pronounced that right. So these horses, when they say horses, it's talking about the horsepower of the chariots, on how the chariots is moving with speed. Because the Most High actually made these chariots to operate with strength. Just like a car, when you have a car and they have horsepower, that's how quick they move, you know, and that's how powerful they move. So this is what the Most High actually showing us with the color of the chariots. One was red, one was black, and one was white. And they're actually in the sky. So these are as an illustrated depiction of Yahawah on the chariots, and him destroying America in the second coming. Babylon the Great will be destroyed. This is another illustration of the chariots, the vehicles of the Most High. Salakia, man, I don't know how that just popped up. But this is another one. These are the chariots, flying saucers. You know, the Most High got them in all different forms and shapes.
The objects were glowing orange balls. No other colored lights were seen. At one point, there was a total of 6 objects, and they seemed to gather in different kinds of intelligent designs. None of the objects made any sound, and all of them were slow-moving. The witnesses managed to capture the event in 2 photographs and in 2 videos. We were asked to keep their identities and the specific address where the incident happened a secret. The UFOs were observed for roughly 3 minutes before disappearing south over the mountains. Now here's the 2 videos recorded by our witnesses.
Almost the exact same. Here comes another one. Here comes 2 more of them. Last camera? Nope.
They coming to get you, Esau.
Yeah, there's 3 of them right there.
The audio in this video has been removed to protect the identities of both witnesses. One of the witnesses is trying to record the bright static object, while a second object...
是不是有 UFO 啊？是什么东西啊？这个是？怎么在跑啊？
The vehicles of the Most High. Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Looks to be in China.
From cyberspace to outer space, the number of UFO sightings in Canada is soaring tenfold over the past 25 years. The majority of those flying objects eventually get identified, but a few are never explained. And that's enough to keep some sky watchers wondering if just one sighting could be real. Here's Ross Lord.
Blame it on Hollywood. But an increasing number of Canadians insist the drama surrounding unidentified flying objects is real.
There's a very bright light, and I kept watching, and it just sort of came right up, right across, just floating like it was floating.
Sort of like these images from Halifax.
What the hell is that? This is the second time I've seen it.
Fort Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, London, Sudbury.
This Winnipeg science writer has never seen one, but Chris Rutkowski works with a network of observers on an annual UFO survey.
It doesn't automatically say the aliens are invading and landing in Mississauga. What it does say is that people are seeing some very unusual objects, many of which we can't ascribe to a simple explanation.
And UFO sightings in Canada are soaring to new heights. When they started keeping track 25 years ago, there were barely more than 100 a year. Since then, a steady increase, spiking to almost 2,000 2 years ago. Last year was the second highest number on record.
Only about 14 or 15% of the cases in 2013 are
a year. Since then, a steady increase, spiking to almost 2,000 2 years ago. Last year was the second highest number on record.
Only about 14 or 15% of the cases in 2013 are unexplained.
Just enough mystery to keep
Those
UFO
are not
believers
how the Most High
wondering.
look. That's an animated version of Esau's
that were
narrative.
moving across the sky that were not planes or
Those angels are
satellites,
black
just
out there.
A different color.
They look just like us.
A different shape.
And even the experts admit there likely are advanced civilizations out there somewhere.
Maybe there's ways around the laws of physics or ways of traveling that we haven't even conceived of yet. And why they would want to come to Earth, I don't know. Might be the scenery or the weather.
No, y'all going into captivity.
Maybe
So
the
with
Canadian
that,
winter isn't so bad if you're watching from a safe distance. Ross Lord, Global News, Halifax.
so with that one, with that, Salakia, with that, I want to say all praise to Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Shalom.